Bagaitso, welcome back. You're still watching Mzansi Fundiz. Bona more bolelang ka dilo tsohle that has to do with South African football. Kucinywa ibani, load shedding iwile. Re bone go Seshego. Mabona hanotima, ho iralang mamphosa.
First day.
Look, I think it was a good thing that the city did in terms of getting the stadium ready. But I think they should have tested the lights and done a proper test, because when you do a full test, a dry run, you literally simulate the game day activities.
But from an educational point of view, who's supposed to do the dry run? Isn't it the person that's going? Yes, you're doing the dry. The person that approves the stadium, the usage of the stadium, isn't that person responsible for the final checks and balances?
Look, the league will check the following things: what's the field like, what's the stadium entrance like, the turnstiles, and all those things. But in terms of doing the dry run, you're still the host. Magesi are still the host. They should be the one that do these things, because if anything, they're the one that are going to be sitting in front of Zola Majavu and say what happened. So you are supposed to say, my house is in order and I'm giving you a clean bill of health, and the stadium is able to.
And we take that cafe's value, and the league will say, take.
You've got to show them what you did. They've got to see the turnstile. There's somebody who went, I don't know who goes now, but it used to be Prof. Ronnie
Scholz, yes.
Who used to visit and see these things. So those are and it was rather unfortunate, because now the league is on, games are on, camera, light, action. Me by.
All right, kucinywa ibani. Reboni machine le na ka di bani tsa ha di a tima no man. Ha usana that consistency la thomileng ka mollo ola wa revive.
Maybe Mushino was like a coach in Chetla. He's thinking, no, I'm out of it. You're forgetting that he's a technical director, not the coach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no. I must defend my favorite coach. I think the one thing when Mushin came, and the one thing is that, and the good thing is that, and I've always said, Mushin is a technical director, because he's going to be able to help you set up the assets right in terms of the players, the recruitment side, and all those things, and the development, because he's very good at doing that. And when he was with the Turkish national team with UEFA, that's what he did. But when a new coach comes, there's normally that new energy that comes with the new coach, and he's able to impact this. But also, and the one thing a lot of people were giving him stick, Mushin's start was against the two biggest teams in the country. That's emotionally draining. And I'll give you an example. Right now as we sit, Orlando Pirates emotionally are at a point whereby they're on the last draw, because they've played in the derby. They're now to play Sundowns. Those are emotionally draining to the players and the technical team.
All right. They appointed a new coach. Well, I get sure appointment. Mara next to Siad. 10 games now, unbeaten.
Yeah, look, we can't walk away from that conversation.
TS Galaxy is, Can you broom, or is he the real deal? Can we say after 10 games, or no, he's the real deal?
Yeah, based on Lefuno stats, we can give him the real deal factor.
Lefuno stats.
But nonetheless, Cox, we're not there. We're not there. Let's stop bashing Lefuno for these 10 games.
Lefuno, sorry,
I'm not sorry.
Look, at the end of the day, the coach is proper, and you have to give it to him. The technical approach of the games, you look at Zamovic, what he's doing into the league, the goals he's scoring, the technique he's using to score these goals. Also, you have to also give players that have been in the team before, to say they understand what the coach wants. In terms of,
Mahlangu.
Mahlangu, you name them, the captain,
this kid from Kaizer Chiefs, what's his name? The one who are contracted, Buso
Tejani.
Yes.
You have to give it to them and say, you know what, they are falling into the coach's technique and technical approach in terms of games, and a lot of teams are finding out on that. But we'll see on the 11th if that technique is still something that's intact.
But you also got to remember, Cox, this man has been around. So it's not as if he's totally new.
Effects.
So he knows the cultures, he may not have been the one with the vision, but he was there to keep Mr. 8 games in Africa and going. But what has happened is that he knows the culture, he knows what the team expects, he knows where the players are, and he knows what to do. So he's not as if somebody who still has to get a report on the players to say, what's Mvelase doing? What is he like?
And to add on what Tampoza is saying, the danger of that also, I say danger because now if Tampoza is coaching Mzansi Fundiz and I'm the one as an assistant, I'm looking at probably the guns that he has, and I'm thinking to myself, this man is not using these guns. When I come through, I am going to literally run rampant on the league, and that's literally what's happening in this case. You can even take it to a Sundowns situation where Rulani was watching on the bench and thinking, you know what, if I take this team, this is what I'm going to do with it.
100%. Mampoza, Amazulu iwin near Shapa Supersport, but then Yajala Le Kosi. We are the goalkeeper at Amazulu.
Amazulu scored 4 goals. Scored 4 goals. I think on the day, but no, you know, we must check who's the sponsor of the league.
Yes.
We must check those slips because I mean you had a goalkeeper that's going to fetch the ball that's going nowhere and bring it into the
net.
Banter aside, footballing wise, those things do happen, and it was unfortunate for him or for he had a game.
But they happen too often in terms of the goalkeepers are Amazulu.
With not just one.
You know, the thing with Amazulu, it's really sad because now you look at, I think the 2 coaches, what they've done is that they've found a team, in my opinion. But now the unfortunate thing is that the last line of defense is letting them down. And you look at, in that specific game, when you look at players such as Human, such as Moremi, those players are coming up nicely.
Yeah.
And you look at the push-up Yahana move, who we thought he was probably dying down, but they've revived him. You look at a Zungu coming back who has not had a preseason, and you look at how they've dealt with him in terms of saying, we're going to phase you into the team so smoothly, and it's coming up well.
Before Samagox, Wararama, we must go home, check that goal you scored for your former team. Check that.
All right. From an educational point of view, players and coaches alike are not allowed to have any affiliation in terms of betting and all that. But yeah, unfortunately, that's all we have for this segment. Do make sure Horoska Vaya, Ujigo Harbo second half, Plomele Rain, Arlebele Mzansi Fundiz, Rebe Sharp.